Have you ever wondered how some people seem to learn everything so fast? Well, the truth is, they use specific techniques to learn things very quickly. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. We will go over 3 steps that will allow you to learn anything in just 1 hour. And no, this is not a joke. In fact, I want you to take a pen and a paper right now and write down the 3 steps that we are going to talk about in this video, because in a moment, you will realize that these steps are so simple, yet so powerful, that you are not going to want to forget them. So write them down. Step number 1 is to find a teacher. Now, step number 2 is to ask questions. But before we can move on to the next step, I need you to understand that step number 1, finding a teacher, it does not necessarily mean that you have to go out there and find a teacher in real life. In fact, with the internet, you can find any type of teacher for almost any subject you want to learn about. If you want to learn how to play the piano, you can find a teacher on YouTube. If you want to learn how to code, you can find teachers on various online platforms. So finding a teacher today is easier than ever. Now let's move on to step number 2, asking questions. But before we go into that, I need you to understand that being a good student is more than just listening to what your teacher is saying. In fact, if all you do is listen, then you are not going to retain much of the information that your teacher is teaching you. You see, learning is not a passive activity. Instead, it's an active process where you have to engage with the material in order to understand it. So don't just sit there and listen. Instead, ask questions. And when I say ask questions, I don't mean that you have to interrupt your teacher every 5 minutes. Instead, at the end of the lesson, when your teacher is wrapping up, ask questions. Let your teacher know what you didn't understand or what you would like to learn more about. The reason why this works is because when you ask questions, you are forcing your brain to actively engage with the material. This will help you to remember what you have learned for a longer period of time. Now, the 3rd step is to practice. But before we go into that, I need you to understand that learning is not something that happens overnight. It takes time and effort. So don't expect to become an expert at something after just 1 hour of practice. However, what you can do in 1 hour is lay a foundation. You can set up the basic knowledge and understanding that you need in order to learn more advanced concepts later on. So don't think of the 1 hour that you spend learning something as a waste of time. Instead, think of it as an investment that will pay off dividends in the future. So be patient and put in the work. The 3 steps that I have shared with you in this video are the same steps that I use when I am learning something new. And let me tell you, it works. However, I need you to understand that these steps are not a magic bullet. They are not going to make you smarter or more talented than you are. Instead, they are a system that will help you to learn faster and more efficiently. So, if you want to learn something new, whether it is a new skill or a new subject, then I challenge you to use these 3 steps. Find a teacher, ask questions, and practice. If you do that, I guarantee that you will learn whatever it is that you want to learn much faster than you would have ever imagined. So my question for you is this: what is it that you want to learn? Let me know in the comments below. And once you get started, be sure to share your progress with us. We would love to hear how you are doing. So don't wait any longer. Start today and see how much you can learn in just 1 hour. And hey, before you go, if you want to learn more about how to become smarter, then be sure to check out our other videos. We have some great content that I think you will enjoy. So take care, and I will see you in the next video.